Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is you guys are watching this. Welcome back to Take It to the House. My name is Zach, and I am joined with Thatcher today, and we're actually twinning in jerseys because
Matching.
matching. But MLS does kick off for us today, as tomorrow you guys will be seeing this. The season opener is already concluded. But Elijah is not able to join us today because he has a bunch of articles to write. He got an exam dropped on him after his class today, and he's just got a bunch of assignments to do. So he's skipping out this week. But hope you guys had a great weekend, especially President's Weekend with the extra day off from school or work or whatever. But fun fact, Thatcher, Park City's off for a week, believe it or not.
That's kind
Because
of ridiculous.
yeah, it's kind of like a ski week almost. But um, yeah. So today we are going to talk about Justin Fields a little bit. Some stuff has heated up a little bit about the whole unfollowing the Bears on Instagram and following other teams, following other players on Instagram. As well, we're going to talk some MLS, Major League Soccer. This is the first time we've actually talked about it on the podcast. So we're going to rank all the new kits that they just released for every team. Every team, right? Yeah.
Yep, everyone gets a new one.
Everyone has a new kit. So we're going to rank those later in the episode and also preview kind of the season opener, even though it's already going to happen by the time this comes out. But it's Salt Lake versus Miami. We're both going to be watching the game tonight. But yeah, anything? How was your President's Weekend?
Oh, it was good. My team had a tournament. We took second, but I'll take it. Going to the finals, pretty impressive at their age. So, other than that, just came back and had to get schoolwork done. But,
Where was it at? St. George?
yeah.
Did you guys just play like a
St.
little
James.
field?
So we played at three different fields. So one was like pretty big for their age, and then one was like even smaller than what we're used to playing on, and then one was like right about what we're used to playing on. So it
Okay,
was good.
okay, that's good. Yeah, I was house sitting all weekend. I couldn't get any sleep. I'm kind of sleep deprived, but if I like say something wrong, I'm sorry. I'm a little sleep deprived because of the dogs, but um, yeah. Okay, Justin Fields. For all those who don't know, Justin Fields on Monday unfollowed the Bears. The report came out through NFL Rumors on Twitter. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But there's been trade talks from the Senior Bowl from a few weeks ago. A bunch of teams are interested in him. But he appeared on the St. Brown Brothers podcast and he cleared the air about not following the Bears and the NFL accounts after it was discovered Monday. Uh, he quoted, "Why do people take social media so serious? I still mess with the Bears, and that's that. I'm just trying to take a little break. I unfollowed the Bears and the NFL. I'm not just trying to have football on my timeline," is what he said today on that podcast. But he's he wants to stay with the Bears, but it is a business. He's just over the trade talks and just wants to be over with. But if he does get traded, hypothetically, where would he go in the best fit, and where would you like to see him?
I mean, so we're gonna get to this in a minute, but like, I think the Steelers would be really good for him. But the reality is, it sounds like there might be another quarterback on their way to the Steelers. Um, I think the Seahawks could be a fun fit. Um, I think if the Seahawks wouldn't have gotten rid of Pete Carroll, then I wouldn't even put them in the conversation. But I think that maybe with the new head coach, he's willing to take a risk. Um, and then for some reason, man, your Broncos keep coming up in these talks. So
I do.
I think Seattle, Pittsburgh, and Denver are probably the three more likely on these spots. However, I've also been hearing a lot of buzz about the Falcons too. So I would say those are probably the big four there.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it is Denver, Pittsburgh, if they don't land this specific quarterback we're going to talk about in a minute. Falcons, I don't see as much because there's been other talks with rookie quarterbacks
Right.
and
Right.
um, whoever they draft because they have such a high draft pick in this year's draft. Was it seven? I think is what the draft pick
I
is.
think they're eight.
Eight or seven.
So now here's the problem, though, is going off of that. I think that the best three quarterbacks in the draft are all going to go probably one, two, three, or like one, two, four, or something like that.
Right.
So I think that Fields to Atlanta could make sense just because they could get Fields and then still have their eighth pick and then draft like an offensive weapon with their eighth pick. Um, so I actually think Fields to Atlanta makes a lot of sense, but I
Right.
think Fields, I think it would be a good match for both parties.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. And I do like Denver. Um, we'll get into this in a minute, but Denver has some capital they can give up now because of some of the trades we made in the last 2 years.
Right.
But I mean, there could be more. And free agency hit when free agency hits on the 13th, it will be more clear of what is going to happen. I do think this might not happen until after free agency, just because
Right.
of
Between free
all,
agency and the draft.
yeah. It's kind of like the Aaron Rodgers thing last year when Rodgers got traded the day before the draft.
Right.
So, um, yeah, I do think Denver might be the best fit for him, if I'm going to be honest. Just not from a fan's bias, not from a fan bias, or I would say Atlanta too, if they can get weapons.
I think Atlanta would be the best fit just because I don't think Sean Payton and Justin Fields are a good mix.
Right.
Um,
Because
Sean
Peyton likes
Payton,
his
Payton
pocket
doesn't like
passers.
turnover. Well, and he doesn't like turnover prone quarterbacks, and Fields gives
Hmm.
up the ball a lot.
Hmm.
I think it'd be interesting, but I feel like if I'm Denver, and this may not like you may not like this at all because you're a Denver fan, but like I would draft a quarterback and I draft like Bo Nix or JJ, and then you have them battle it out with is it uh uh
Stidham.
Stidham, and then just figure that out. I just don't think Fields is the answer in Denver, but that's just again, I'm coming at it from a neutral's perspective too. I think that Fields would fit better in Seattle and Pittsburgh and Atlanta in terms of fits for me. But
Right.
who knows? I mean, I remember you kept telling me a few weeks ago, you're like, "Oh, these trade talks are heating up with Fields." I'm like, "Really?" To Denver, and it's true. Like that, it's they're not a non-factor. So I'm not saying that it wouldn't work or that it wouldn't happen. I just think I think Atlanta's probably the best fit, and then maybe Seattle, and then Pittsburgh, and then Denver.
Right. Yeah, I just pulled up the latest mock draft from DJ. He's got Caleb Williams going at 1, Drake May at 2, Harrison at 3 to the Patriots.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I wouldn't if the Patriots are doing the Patriots are going to take a quarterback
They have to at this point and get rid of Mac Jones.
unless they get a free agent quarterback.
Right. Like you got Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold,
or
Baker.
they or they trade for Fields.
Yeah, exactly. I
I mean,
don't
I wouldn't see that happening,
I
but
wouldn't see that happening either. Even though they do have a lot of capital with drafts this
right,
year or picks this
right.
year. And
But at that point, when you're at pick two or pick three,
3.
I don't think you can. I don't think you. I think you have to take a quarterback.
Yeah, I agree. But at 8, yeah, the Falcons are at 8.
Yep,
JJ McCartney gets drafted by the Falcons. And they
McCarthy
don't.
goes to the Falcons.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty high for him.
Hmm.
I think he's more at late first, early second type of quarterback.
I think the same thing with Penix, honestly.
Yeah, I think I would take Penix over McCarthy though.
Yeah, I agree. But the
I would take
combine,
Bo Nix over both of them.
yeah, I agree. Just goes with arm
I
strength.
I know Elijah's like the Bo Nix hate club, but like I think Bo Nix is actually really good.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Yeah. But
who do they have the Broncos and the Saints taking in that mock?
and DJ's
Yeah.
Jared Verse, who's out of
For
Florida
okay.
State,
Yeah,
the
Florida State
edge,
edge rusher. Yep.
and then you get JC Latham from Alabama.
And he's that tackle, right? Or is
Hmm.
he it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can look up Pars 1.0. Caleb Williams still at 1, Drake May 2, Marvin Harrison 3, Jaden Daniels to 4 with the Falcons. They trade up from Arizona's pick and they swap
Mm.
picks plus whatever. Um, JJ goes to the Raiders, which doesn't make any sense either. But they're saying the Broncos trade with Cincinnati to get Brock Bowers. But you guys still have JC getting taken, and then Denver would take Bo Nix at 18 with the
Oh,
projected
so they
pick.
trade. You guys would have two firsts, is what they're saying.
No, so Cincinnati would move up to 12 to get Bowers. and Denver would drop
Oh,
down to
oh, oh, okay,
18.
got it. I thought you said Denver traded with Cincy in terms of Denver getting Bowers, and then you took another one. But no, okay,
Yeah,
got you.
Denver's at 12. They're higher than Cincinnati.
Right.
So, but
Interesting.
yeah, but it feels.
So,
Sorry,
oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead. You go ahead. You said it.
Russ
Yeah,
to the
Russ.
Steelers, maybe.
Yeah, so it came out on the
Shannon
uh
Sharp's podcast.
Nightcap podcast that a little birdie told me, and I
This
quote,
is Ocho Cinco
this is
saying
Ocho
it.
Cinco saying
Yeah.
this. I quote him. A little birdie told me that Russell Wilson's coming over to the Steelers. So
I think it'd be a really good fit.
Mike Tomlin's a really, really good offensive coach.
They have good weapons. They have an elite defense. Their O line's a little shaky, but
That's what the
they
draft's
could
for and
draft
what's
one.
free agency for.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. I actually like this move more than when Russ went to the Broncos.
I was,
I just, I think it would be good.
yeah, I do think so too. I was really hyped about Russ
Right.
because of the
As you should
Aaron,
have been.
yeah, and like with the Aaron Rodgers talks and all that, that could have been a possibility, but he decided to stay in Green Bay for another year and then he gets
Right.
traded. But I was pretty hyped about Russ. I thought Nathaniel Hackett was going to do a good job with him, even though Nathaniel Hackett got hired or chose to coach Denver because he was thought they
Dean
were
about
getting,
Rogers,
yeah,
yeah.
Rodgers. But um, Russ has proven that Denver is not the best fit for him as much as he loves it here, but he did list his house last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
So
We know
I
he's
think
on the way out.
it's definitely sounding like he's on the way out. But I do think Steelers would be a good fit. And this is why we're talking about Fields a little bit with Denver, because
Right.
Denver
Because
has the capital to trade for Fields.
well, and if they they'll probably cut Russ, right? That's the thinking is that they're gonna cut
Yeah,
Russ because I don't think
or
you're gonna get anything for him.
no. Or they trade him and we get like a fourth or fifth.
Probably even later. You probably get like a sixth or
Yeah.
something,
But
just because you would have to move off of him. But
either way, Denver's taking a cap hit due to the
yeah,
contract.
yep,
So I think it'd be better if we traded him just because they can split the cap better
yeah.
versus cutting him where you're taking a
Well, it'd
cap
be
hit.
better if you traded him, obviously. But the thing is, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think that you
Um,
will get anything for him because it's been pretty proven that you guys will be happy to just cut him.
yeah. And then I've seen mock drafts, JJ McCartney at 12 or Bo Nix at 12. He's going
Right,
that high.
right.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. Denver's got a lot of work to do. I don't know if George Payton doesn't make the right choice and this year's kind of sucky or next year's sucky, I think he might be gone.
Yeah, probably.
Then again, he's done a great job with like negotiating and all that, but winning proves a lot of things as well. So, I mean, we've gone
Yeah,
through ever since Kubiak, we've gone through at least five coaches, six,
that's crazy.
and a whole staff, and at least 12 quarterbacks starting. So, ever since Manning retired.
Yeah,
Um, so it just kind of depends on what Denver does. There's been talks about PS2 getting traded too, which I don't think they will do that. That would be
yeah,
kind of stupid when you have the best corner in the league or one of the best. So I would think that PS2 stays. He gets no trade and he stays on the team. And we
yeah.
build off of corners, free agency and drafts. So, but yeah, anything else on Fields, Wilson,
No,
anything like that?
I just want to say shout out to the Saints for making a good offensive hire, getting
Clint
Clint
Kubiak.
Kubiak.
Yeah, that was a really
I
good
put
hire.
that, and it does sound like the Saints are still looking to draft quarterback, maybe. So
Well, it
I'd be kind of.
depends where Jameis goes too.
I think I hope Jameis stays, but I have a feeling he might be gone.
Mhm.
So
Okay, we're gonna move on to MLS next
yeah,
week. Next week we'll talk about MLB when Elijah's back, just because spring training starts on
yeah, and we'll do
tomorrow.
those. The for those of you who haven't seen the new batting caps have released, and so we'll do. We're just off to a ranking. Like we're on a roll with doing rankings, but we'll do a tier list next week. With the batting caps and stuff. So
Alrighty. MLS kicks off today for us. Miami and Salt Lake. It is in Miami. But Messi has had about a full year in the MLS now, season wise. But um, yeah, it's starting to kick off again. I think we'll probably start talking about soccer more until we do like our March Madness bracket towards the end of the
Right.
month of March,
Hmm.
and as well as Champions League and all that, even though Champions League was kind of a bummer today, low scoring
Right,
games,
but we'll
but
just keep it. Yeah, we'll
mm,
just. I mean, when there's not a lot going on, and then MLS starts right around the time where it's not going on, makes it easy.
hmm I agree. But um, other other soccer news. Sorry, Mbappe is finalizing deal with Madrid, still being talked out a little bit, but he's getting some image likeness fees and all that. But he's having a similar cap to Vinny and Bellingham, which I think is pretty good for what we're signing him for what I know. So anyway, I don't know if you want to give your thoughts about that, but
I just hate it, but that's
yeah.
fine.
I
It's
mean, at
just
least,
boring.
yeah.
Yeah, it's boring for everybody that's not a Real Madrid fan. Like you guys just get everybody that you want,
hmm
have as much money as you want, you'll win everything. Like it's just boring, but
I mean, would you much rather go to like have him go to the Premier League team like
Yep,
Liverpool? Really?
yep,
How
yep.
come?
It's way better for the whole sport, I think, and the Prem is way more competitive than La Liga. It's not even close.
Right.
Premier League's the best league in the world. I also think he can going to Madrid, he's not gonna be, regardless of what he does, he will never be the best Real Madrid player ever.
No.
There are too many greats to be to like overcome. Whereas like if he went to an Arsenal or Liverpool, he could end up the greatest player at that club ever.
Right.
Um, so, and the thing is, it's just boring. It makes me think that he's kind of taking, it's almost like easy way out vibe where it's like, well, I haven't been able to win the Champions League yet, so I'll just go to the team that wins it basically every other year. It's like,
hmm
okay, well, so I don't like it, but I mean, I get it from a money standpoint, but it's just boring. So,
Yeah. I mean, La Liga is getting a little bit more competitive too, which is like you see Girona this year, at least when they've like come from like rock bottom to at least second.
yeah, but that's one team.
Yeah. I don't
Your
know.
league's not competitive.
My
And
league is not competitive.
Girona are owned by the same people who own Manchester City. That's why they're good, is because they have money injected into their club.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It makes me wonder what number he'll wear. Probably 9.
Modric is leaving at the end of the season.
Oh, so probably 10.
Probably 10.
Okay, yeah.
So, but yeah, another thing, Ancelotti offered Modric a coaching position, but he still declined it because he still wants to play.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, and then we're also losing Cruz, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but anyway. Anyway, MLS season kicks off today with Miami and Salt Lake. Miami is 175 minus 175. Yeah, that's Miami's favored. So, but
What a surprise that
what a
the team with
surprise.
Messi and Suarez and Busquets and Alba are all are favored to win a game. Wow.
Right, right. But new
Hot take: Real Salt Lake are going to win this game.
ooh, I like that hot take.
2-1.
2-1. So, but new kits came out for RSL and every other team. RSL kits are actually pretty cool, other than the sponsor on the front. But um, we're gonna rank those uniforms, but I think we're gonna give a little bit of a preview of what we expect for the season.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. So,
I will show. Let's pull up if you allow me to share my screen, if
yep.
it's already there. Okay, so here are the current odds to win MLS Cup. This is according to sportingnews.com. I just pulled it up. This was the first one that came up. So Inter Miami are the favorites right now, which is just like ridiculous because they actually haven't even done anything yet.
Nope.
Um, so you have Inter Miami, Columbus, who are the reigning champions, LAFC, Cincinnati, and Philly being the top five. RSL are like way at the bottom with plus 5,000. Um, so it'll just be kind of interesting to see what happens. There are definitely some sleeper teams for sure. I know you don't watch as much MLS as I do, but I can tell you right now that like Orlando is way slept on right now. Um,
I would say the same
and
thing
I
with
think
Galaxy and
and
LFAC.
Miami are way overhyped.
Yeah.
So it'll be an interesting season. I would really like RSL to be competitive. I think they will be, but it just it's kind of it might be one of those years for Real Salt Lake to just be like so bleh. But we'll
hmm
see.
Remind me who won the MLS Cup this last year?
Columbus.
Columbus. That's what I thought.
Yep.
For some reason, I think it was DC
No, so I think they should be
plus
they're
250.
probably join. I mean, Miami being this high above everybody is just ridiculous.
hmm
They're like I know they have all these players, but they haven't done anything. So I think people need to chill out a little bit.
Right. And like we saw like LAFC last season where like they made it to the finals and they went from wild card to all the way to the
Well, LAFC are always really good.
yeah. So
So I
I
mean,
think
Sounders, they had an off year last year, but they'll probably be back. They're good.
mhm.
Orlando's good. Galaxy, they're so confusing. I think Atlanta is pretty good for their money right there too. Um,
I mean Atlanta's been really good these last few years as well. Like
yeah,
they've already won a cup.
right. So it's just we'll have to see. I think some of these teams, I think the Rapids are probably a little underrated, even though I hate them. I
hmm
think they're probably should be more up here, but it'll be an interesting season for sure.
I think Real is definitely a little bit of an underdog too though. But
Yeah, I mean, I
like
think
you
here's
said,
right about fair just because we haven't shown anything else. Like we
hmm
haven't shown that we can be any better than we're rated right there. So I'm
right,
fine with it.
right. And especially like with the window for transfers and all that was over, but they still like picked up players too.
So, all
Yeah.
right, let's get into the jerseys. So we have our list here. I'm gonna try to get rid of some of these ads if I can whenever they pop up,
There's a
but
gorilla.
website is full of ads, so we're just gonna do this and get rid of that one. Okay, so we're gonna start in order. Atlanta United. So Zach, I don't think that you know this. So every year, unlike European teams,
hmm
every year. So first of all, the whole league is Adidas,
Yep.
unlike any other league, and also every year teams rotate jerseys. So like in Europe, Arsenal get all new kits, Madrid get all new kits.
hmm
In MLS, they rotate. So RSL this year got a new home kit. Next year they'll get a new away kit. The
Right.
year after they'll get a new. So it just rotates every year. So you keep the same one of your same jerseys for 2 years. Um, so Atlanta, we're starting off with Atlanta, and they got their new away kit, which is like this Phoenix looking type kit. I think it's kind of cool. It's definitely a unique pattern. I just think for some reason to me, it just still kind of looks like a training jersey though.
Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of looks like this training jersey a little bit, but just like the
Well, this
red
isn't
and
a training jersey. This is an
I
actual
know.
away jersey.
I know
But
it does kind of look like a trading jersey.
I don't love the yellow personally. I know that it was like they were really wanting to incorporate the yellow. I think it would have just looked better with blue.
hmm
But it's nice.
Yeah. I would say that's like
I think like a B.
yeah, I was going to say B.
Okay. Okay. I really like this next kit a lot. I think it's super clean. So Austin's new away kit is the armadillo kit. You have like the little armadillo on the bottom there.
hmm
So this badge is like it's so sick because it's just the tree rather than like the whole badge. And then I'm a sucker for the off-white like color. So I really like this. I think it's sick. I don't know what you think though.
Mm, I definitely like the off-white with the green. I like the armadillo at the bottom. I would say this is like a B or an A.
I would put it in A because I think it's just one away. I just really like the cream and I really like the simplistic logo. So,
Yeah, I do too.
okay, we'll do A. Okay, this one's probably an S one for me, but I want to see what you think.
Mm,
Because
yeah.
this is Charlotte FC. These are supposed to represent the mountains in the Carolinas. Um, they got the cool little like crest here on the bottom. Um, I just think I really like the way that it fades, and then the back is all blue too, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
It's like this color blue. on the back. I just think it looks super clean, and I think like it'll look really good on the screen too.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna do that in S tier then.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm not even gonna say anything about the next few ones. I want you to tell me what you think. So the next one is Chicago Fire. Um, I will say they haven't had a red jersey in a few years, and they're going back to red. What do you think?
Mm, I don't like the white in the middle with the Carvana. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but saying like they didn't have a red jersey in a few years, I think is good. Um, but I would say this is like a B or C tier, honestly. I don't like
Yeah,
the white in the middle.
I don't hate this, but I think the Carvana sponsor looks so bad.
Hmm.
I really like this color of blue, but
Yeah,
it's too
I
much
like their
because it's
blue.
like, yeah, but it's like now you have white stripes here and white stripes here and blue here and then blue here and then blue here.
Like
But
not
it's
why
like
not do
you
blue
can't,
stripes, you know?
right, you can't decide. So I think C is probably fair.
Yeah, I
I
would say
agree.
C.
Okay, this one's kind of funky. It's like simple. It's simple, but it's also really cool.
Mm.
So this is Cincinnati's. It's based off of like the art in Cincinnati. I guess there's a really big art scene. So like as you can see, these are like super detailed design. And it's like a paint splatter down here for all for Cincy. And on the back of the jersey, on the other side of this, there's like this make your mark thing.
Mm.
And it's kind of like an off-white thing.
I like it. I really do like it. Though I'd
Where would you put it?
probably B. I just don't like the stripes on it with the blue.
Yeah, with this.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
I don't like that either, honestly. Is that the back or is
Um
that the collar? I
that
can't even
so
tell.
this is the neck,
Yeah.
and then this is like a little V in between the neck part.
Huh.
So as you can like right here, you can see it right there.
Yeah, I see it right there.
I think it's nice, but like I think it's like it just misses the mark of an A for me,
Hmm.
I think.
Yeah, I agree. I like that to be.
Okay. Now this one, yeah, you just tell me what you think.
What the hell is that?
I think it's
It
horrendous.
is horrendous. That's a D.
First of all, it's the Rapids, so I'll automatically hate whatever they put out. But I really it sucks too, because like if you didn't have the checkerboard, man, it'd be fine. Because like this blue is super nice, like this baby blue here on the trim.
Hmm.
Like that's bad.
That is awful. I'm like, what is that?
Okay,
Are you like
well,
trying to do an illusion on the jersey?
right. Okay, here you go, Zach. Okay. Tell me the first thing that pops into your mind when you see this kit.
Dortmund.
Okay, fair. What else? Look at the
Mm,
pattern. Look at the shirt. Look at the colors.
RSL vibes.
Nope.
I don't even know then.
It looks like Charlie Brown, bro.
Oh, it does look like Charlie Brown. I
I
didn't even
think
figure
it's
that out.
bad. This is weird. Like the
Hmm.
fadey, like grainy. Oh, it's bad. I don't
It's
like it.
bad. D. D.
Okay,
Just
cool.
D. Sorry you
This
won the
one's
cup.
this one's pretty controversial because a lot of um I know a lot of the fans of this team do not like this kit, but it's actually more popular outside of the
S
outside of the
tier.
fan.
No, S tier. I like
So
that. That's so
so this is
sick.
called the Afterburn kit from Dallas. The idea is like kind of like I believe it's like the jet, like a jet where it's like where it's turning on the, you know.
Hmm.
The one I so the reason I would not put it in S for me, I don't like how it's like stripe, stripe, stripe. It
Yeah,
needs to
that's
be
fair.
more of like a fade.
That's fair.
And the fact that this is like dead ass purple right here.
Hmm. I
Like
mean,
it
red
needs
and
to be
blue do make purple though. That's the other thing.
yeah, but purple's not one of their colors.
Okay,
Like
yeah, I see what
so
you
it's
mean.
like I don't I think I'd put it in A. I'm okay with
Yeah,
putting it in
I'm
A.
doing it A. I
I
would
just
say
don't
A now at this point.
yeah, and out of respect for fans of Dallas, I can't put it at the top, but okay. All right, this one is a very meh.
I do like the pattern on that actually.
Right.
So I like the black and
But
red.
right. It's a you can't lose with the colors.
No.
but it's so boring.
It is boring. That's a C.
I
I would
think
say,
I would put it in C personally
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna put it in
because I'm like
C.
you tried to do something and it's just boring.
Hmm.
All right. Tell me what you think about this one. So this is Houston Dynamo. They have never done this before, by the way. Just keep this in mind.
Mm.
I yeah, I want you to tell me what you think first.
That kind of gives me Orlando vibes a little bit. I'm
Oh,
not
it gives
gonna
me
lie.
Phoenix vibes, like Phoenix
Yeah,
Suns.
it gives me Phoenix vibes too, like Phoenix Sun vibes, but also gives me the Orlando vibe because their primary color is purple. It's just
But
it basically looks like they stole the jersey from Orlando and just put their own color on it, or their other
I think it's kind of
secondary color.
fire.
I do. It is fire, but it just looks like they copied Orlando a
Well,
little
this is a
bit.
different color of purple than Orlando I've had
Is
though.
it?
Yeah. Like I think Orlando's more like a royal type of purple,
Hmm.
whereas like this definitely feels like more like nighttime, like nightlight purple.
Yeah.
I think it's cool because they've never done it.
Yeah. I put that. I don't know. What would you put it? I wonder
I
where you put it.
personally, I would put it like at the top of B. Like I think it's borderline A for me, but I
Hmm.
think it's not quite there.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, cool. I really like the idea behind it though.
Hmm.
All right. This is Kansas City's. Um, First of all,
That
I
is
I hate Kansas City,
that
but
is that is disgusting. I do
so
not like that.
before you go off too much, so this Argyle pattern is one of the most like famous patterns with Kansas City jerseys because they've had it in the past
Hmm.
and like fans loved it. I like that they went back to it. I like that this matches up with this. Like that
Hmm.
makes me happy. I
There's a
just wish
but.
that they were different. I wish that these were this blue color.
Right. Or like the white.
Right. I just I don't hate it though. I would put it in C personally
Yeah, I was gonna say C as
because
well.
I like the attempt, but it's a little plain.
Hmm.
And I think on TV you're not gonna be able to see that very well. So,
No.
all
And
right,
like especially with like Madrid has the patterns on their away
right.
jerseys. Yeah, you can't even see that. Or like versus like you can see like Arsenal's like pattern on their neon green jerseys. So what I mean, this
So
isn't
LA Galaxy notoriously used to have like a sash that they'd do across their kit like this,
hmm.
but this is like really ugly.
Yeah. I'm gonna say D for this one,
Yeah,
honestly.
and I think like if you're gonna do a sash, do a sash.
And
Don't
make
do
sure
like don't do like lines and then break up it with regular.
yeah, and make sure your freaking line color matches the MLS logo. Because that does not
Yeah.
look the same color to
Yeah, they
me.
look different colors. You're right. So, okay, D, cool. All right. LAFC.
I do like that, actually.
Yeah, I think that it's very nice.
This is probably at least an A tier for me.
I would
I
put it
like
at a it's tough. I would put it at a yeah, it's really nice. The one thing that I don't like the Ford logo on the sleeve. I
hmm.
know that that's like really nitpicky. And then look, if we're talking about the same thing, that is not the same. This is
No.
like lighter color.
Or I would have done the MLS, Apple TV, and the Ford logo gold.
Right. So I would put it in a B. I think it's really nice, but it's like really cool, but it's also a lot at the same
Hmm.
time.
Yeah,
So
I
for
agree.
me, I'd put it in a B.
I would say borderline A B for me,
So
but
maybe you put it above the Houston one like that.
yeah,
And for me, I'm gonna do that.
yeah, that's fine.
I think too, I would do like we would do like that.
Yeah.
And I think this one's gotta be the worst one.
Hmm.
Okay. The team that everybody loves, Miami. I
I
think it's
should
I
go ahead.
don't like it.
I semi like it. I don't like the logo in the middle.
Yeah.
Um, I would much rather have like the Adidas and then the Inter Miami logo, and then the I
Right.
kind of like move it up into the middle.
I just don't like that sponsor.
No.
And I just think everything, the reason it feels weird is because everything feels like it's like a stripe down the middle almost. But
Hmm.
then there's so much blank space.
Yeah.
I think their old one was better with like the collar.
Hmm.
I think it was better than
I
this.
agree. I agree.
And I think there's almost too much black. Like there's a lot of black because like under the sleeve here, like you know
Hmm.
how your Madrid jersey, you have the blue part underneath. It's
Hmm.
like that. I just think it's just doesn't look visually nice.
Right. Or it's just
So
like it's too basic of a color too.
right. So maybe
Uh,
like
yeah.
bottom of C.
Yeah.
Okay, Zach. So we have now come to probably one of the coolest kits that an MLS team has ever made, the Minnesota kit.
Automatics S. What? That is so amazing.
That's
Holy.
so sick, right?
What is up with Minnesota and their jerseys this year?
That's
Other than the
fire.
Vikings. Other than the Vikings.
Fire.
So fire.
Okay. One thing is, I'm going to put it in S because I agree with you. One thing is, and I can't unsee it now,
Wow.
but there was a guy on TikTok that said that this looks like an ultrasound picture.
Yeah, I can see that.
And now I can't unsee it,
I
but
can't
it's
see it
still
either now.
so fire.
That is so sick.
That's so sick. Okay, cool. Yeah,
What
top
what
best
did
one.
they name those kits?
Uh, let's see. Hang on. The Starry Night kit.
Figured.
Fire. Okay, not much more needs to be said. This one, Montreal. So this it looks like a white, but it's actually like a light minty blue. If you see right there.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Those aren't bad.
Right.
I don't mind that. I would say like, is this their away kit this year?
Yeah.
I would say that's an A tier at least. I think that's a decent.
Really.
I would say that's a pretty
So
decent away kit.
it is really nice. Now here's the one thing that bugs me. Okay,
Hmm.
this circle is lined up in this. This
Yeah,
circle is not,
not.
and it
Yeah,
bothers me.
I see what you mean.
I think it's like I think it's nice, but I don't think I could give it A just because I think it's too simple to give it an A.
Yeah, I would say B.
I
Actually,
really
no.
like whatever this. I don't even know what this is, but it's cool on the bottom down there.
Yeah, it might be like a Canadian thing.
Yeah. So okay, cool.
Let's put it at
So
B.
maybe like put it like in the middle of this.
Yeah, that works. That's
Do I
A, by
think
the
I know
way.
you like that one more.
That's A, by the way.
Oh yeah. Then like here.
Yeah.
Okay, one second. Ooh, let me
I just closing this door real quick.
closing my door. Okay. All right, we move. We're getting there. Okay, this one super blah. I don't like it.
D. What's the
D.
point? D.
Yeah. Well, they went from one of the better kits to like one of the worst. I think it's the best of D.
Mhm. I agree.
I think it's still go like that.
If they added like music notes
Well,
to the,
so okay, so their old one on the I'm not gonna pull it up, but on the sides right here, it had like sound waves, and then it had like this Nashville logo in the sound wave, and it was
that's
so
pretty
sick.
sick.
But now
That's
they
sick.
like completely downgraded.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. I think this is nice.
I do. That's pretty nice. New
Um,
England, yeah.
yeah, so this R is one of the original stamps that they used like for like because this is like it's called the T kit or something like that. The
Hmm.
Boston these are these ripples, which whatever. They're supposed to represent the T being dropped into the harbor,
I like that, yeah.
which is cool. And then this like R is like an actual stamp that they used to use.
Yeah, that's probably I would say that's A tier.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think it's like a fresh like it makes me like, "Oh, with the red. I think the red makes it.
Yeah, I definitely think so too. With I like the white stripes as well. I mean, I would
Maybe
have done
like that.
yeah, I would have done blue stripes instead of the white stripes, but
I
I
kind of
mean,
like the white because you have white here too.
yeah, I
So
agree.
kind of like keep it all. All right, next one. Um, this is a lot. You
That's
either
also
love it or you hate it.
that's also giving me Charlie Brown vibes a little bit.
So this is supposed to be from their old Metro Stars kits when they used to be the Metro Stars. It
Okay.
looks a lot like that. I just feel like it's a lot.
Yeah.
I like the red.
I
Like
kind
I
of I
like
do.
general idea. It's just a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I would say this is like probably like B,
Like mid B or
mid
like
B,
bottom B maybe.
mid B.
Like here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I really like this one a lot. This is New York City's kit.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's probably S tier.
I love the half and half.
I love the half and half too.
And the fact that it's just the NYC instead of like the whole badge,
Hmm.
fire. And if you notice, so the Etihad is in orange and then the Airways is in blue.
Yep, I saw that too.
That's tough.
I mean, and then like, and then the MLS and
Literally
Apple,
half and half here too.
yeah, the MLS logo and the Apple TV logo are blue, and the other sponsor is orange.
It's so fire.
This is what we wanted from the LAFC one,
Yeah.
but they didn't do it.
Right.
But yeah, this is
Okay.
S. This is an S
I
tier.
agree. I agree.
I would put it
I
behind
think,
Minnesota.
okay, cool. All right. I really like this next one too. So, um, this is Orlando's and it's their away kit. So they still have their
Mm,
like big purple kit. Look at that badge though.
that badge is sick.
So it used to be, it's a reference to their old USL. So USL is like the minors of MLS.
Right.
And they were a USL team forever. And this was their logo when they were a USL team. So they're like throwing it back. You got a little bit of like the orange from this, the lavender and the purple. I think this is a S tier.
I agree.
It's so sick.
Yeah, it is. I
And
love
I
the
love
red.
how this is, they clearly color matched. Like this is
Yeah.
from that.
Yep.
And the
That
fact,
is.
look, they did what LAFC. Are you listening? Like, look, they did what we wanted. That is perfect.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I think I would still put it like bottom S though, like
Yeah,
that.
I would do bottom S.
Okay. All right. This one's kind of like you either love it or you hate it too. So be ready.
That just gives me rattlesnake vibes.
Well, it's supposed to. There's a snake here.
Oh,
That's their mascot.
got it. Mm, they color matched, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the pattern down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I don't like is the Adidas logo being a different, really different color.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the other,
I
that's the only other
think this
thing.
is the one. This is the one where the center badges work though. Like because everything's in the middle. This is where I think Miami's would have been better if they would have physically put a stripe down the middle to
Hmm.
like keep everything together. I think it's nice.
I think it's nice too. I would say that's like high B, low A.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think I would like it. I like it like maybe like here, like in
Yeah.
between these.
I would say it's better than LAFC, honestly. I would put that
Okay.
at like bottom A.
I think I like it. I like this more than that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm moving this one up just a little bit. I
Yeah,
love the
do that.
purple. Okay. This one I think is really sick too, but I don't want to like make it biased. So I want you to tell me what you think.
Ooh, that is actually pretty cool. I like the tree patterns.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's their state tree, I believe. So
Yeah.
I'll put that low A if I
Yeah.
was
I don't
myself.
so here's what I don't love like the center badges in this one is kind of weird, but it makes sense because you couldn't put it over here.
No.
Like it'd get lost.
Hmm.
So I like the idea. I just the Adidas thing still throws me off in the middle. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It still looks weird to me. And it looks weird when you have to have three in the middle.
Yep.
Um,
I
but
agree.
I think it's really nice. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I do too.
Low A.
Yeah, low A.
Okay. Because I think it's better than Phillies.
Hmm.
Okay. So again, another kind of love it or hate it. I've been seeing it all over the place. Um,
I love these uniforms.
so RSL has never really done a whole lot of out there uniforms. Um, the most out there we got was probably it was like 2015 when we had this weird thing across the chest that everybody hated.
Yep.
It's a lot for sure,
Hmm.
but I
It's
think it's really nice.
it's so fire, dude. Especially with the lion
I
logo.
still just don't like this select health at all.
No, no one does.
What I
That's
wish they would have done is if they would have been able to put like get rid of the select health and just put this and centralize that, like put it
hmm
in the center.
yeah.
But I think it's really nice. My mom hates it. Um, because she just thinks that it's too much. Her idea, she's like, I wish that they would have just done the mountains and then maybe did like a fade or something like that underneath the mountains rather
Yeah.
than stripes. Um,
That's kind of copying the Jazz's concept too.
well, and this is like it's like everybody says like knock off Barcelona, which I understand.
hmm
So I think it's really hard because I would put this one pretty high, but I also understand why a lot of people think it's too much.
I love
Which
the color scheme on this too, and like
no,
just the
I think it's perfectly balanced. Like all the color, like you have yellow here, yellow here, yellow here, yellow, blue, red, blue,
blue
red. Like
red. Yeah.
you have the MLS logo's good. Apple TV's yellow. Like it just looks really nice. You
hmm
have the lion on the back. Like it's nice. Um,
I would say low
for
S.
me, I'm gonna put. I feel like it's top of A rather than low S. I
Okay.
think all of these are better than it, but I think this is better than that.
Yep, I agree.
So we'll do that.
Maybe.
There we go. Okay, perfect. I will get that kit as like soon. It's
Same.
gonna happen. Okay. So, couple things before you judge it yet. This is their old logo, the
Yep.
Earthquakes. This is their old like retro logo. Super cool, but it's super boring.
hmm I agree.
And their sponsor's bad.
Yeah, what is intermediate cloud communications?
Well, it takes up too much space.
That too.
Where would you put this?
Low C, high D.
I think I like it. I think I like it a little more than Miami.
I do like it a little bit more than Miami's, yeah.
So do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So another again, a lot of these are kind of like you love it or you hate it. What do you think about the Sounders jerseys?
That just gives
First
me
year with the new logo for the Sounders too.
yep.
So,
What in the hell? That just looks like a shirt a kid would wear in the 80s. Like it's literally like like it gives me like 80 kid vibe from like an
so
80s
for
show.
perspective too, the whole kit, the shorts are this light blue color and the socks are white.
That is horrendous. D.
Okay, good. Glad we agree. I think it's top of D though. I think it's better than like all of these, but
Yeah.
okay, we're getting down there. Only a few left. So, St. Louis, I don't like. There's not much to this.
Mm-mm.
Um, I kind of like how these look kind of like the arch in a way,
Yeah, me
Like I think
too.
it's
Me
kind of
too.
cool. I like how they made this monochrome, like how they changed the colors to match the uniform.
hmm
But it's very meh.
It's meh.
Where would you put it? Like C?
Yeah, C.
I think I'd put it above that one though.
Yeah, I would too.
Okay. I think this is my least favorite kit of all of them. So, or like one of them.
That is so boring.
Well, so then this, do you see these? It's just a stamp of this logo all over.
Yeah, that's like high D, low C
Also,
for me.
this is a cool logo.
That is a
But
cool
like,
logo.
why didn't you do more?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll put it here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Actually, or I think we should put it here.
Yeah.
Like there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So last one in Vancouver Whitecaps. It's their 50th anniversary, and they have gone with a throwback kit for their
That
away kit.
that's probably like the best throwback hit we've seen
It's
all of
so
these.
sick.
I would put
That
that at A.
that logo is fire.
With a Canadian leaf.
And what I'm telling you is that this, when you see it, these are gold. Like it's gold. It's like shiny, like darker gold. For me, I'd put it in S just because I think it's like
I do
so
like
sick.
that. Yeah. The
But
only
if you
the
want to put
only
it in A, you can put it in A.
the only complaint I have is that the MLS and Apple TV logo are kind of white from this. angle.
I think this is playing tricks on us though. I think this is more like this color.
Yeah, but the Apple TV looks white.
Yeah, and I think the Apple TV is white probably.
Yeah. So let's do like high A.
I think it's probably a little bit better than RSLs, in my
Yeah, I
opinion.
agree. But
Bang!
cool. That's our tier
So this
list if
is
you guys are watching the YouTube.
here. I will show. I'll do a zoomed in image.
Yeah.
Um, what would you say, real quick? What is one kit that you would put higher and one kit that you would put lower?
I would say RSL should be an S. I like the
Okay.
idea of the peak,
Right.
obviously because we're Mountain State and we're on the
Yeah.
Wasatch Peaks. Um, One I would move lower is probably San Jose or Toronto. It's
You
just
can't
it's
move Toronto lower.
wait, what? Oh, Toronto's at D. Oops. Um, Sorry, I would just move San Jose down.
Give me a
Or
more controversial one than that. There's got to be
um,
one that's higher up that you'd put lower.
probably the I have to look through all these again. Probably the Red Bull one, honestly.
You'd put it lower.
Yeah, I put it a little lower. I put like high C. I think it's
Yeah.
better. I think Atlanta is better than that Red Bull one.
Yeah. I would say probably for me, one I'd put higher. I think for me, I would put the Austin one in S. I just really
Hmm.
like this one a lot. Um, and I would probably move the Dallas one down just because I
Yeah.
think they could have done the fade better. I'd probably put it like mid B, to be
Hmm.
honest. I think I like a lot of these kits more than that one. But
I
it
feel
would
like you
have been
would.
interesting to do this with Elijah though, because I know Elijah would have had different takes than us.
Yeah. Maybe we can get maybe screenshot this and we can just get his reactions next weekend or next week.
Yeah.
So, I feel like you would move Houston up though too.
I really do like Houston's.
Yeah,
Like I would probably maybe I don't think I'd move it to A though. I still think it'd be here, to be honest.
probably.
It's like it's cool, but it's like at the same time, I think all of these are way better than it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because all of these have like different, like this is different color wise, but like this has a really cool pattern. This has a cool pattern. This is like just does that logo. This has a cool pattern, throwback, like I think that's probably about fair. But
Yeah.
cool. Well, I have to
Woo!
say, you just smashed it with most of these. Like they did
Yeah.
really well with a lot of these.
Yes, they did. I
So
honestly my favorite one's probably Minnesota's or Salt Lake's.
Minnesota's is so nice.
Yeah. I just like how Salt Lake changed it up a little bit with, and including the mountains,
Yes, I
you
agree. I
know.
think we needed to change it up. So
Yeah. Like I do like these ones that we have on right now, like the pattern. And I like when they had the lion logo instead of the RSO patch on their uniforms at one point.
they never did that.
I swear they did, but maybe I'm losing it. I don't think of the Royals for rugby. But so that will do it for us.
Yeah.
We are gonna enjoy Salt Lake tonight because they're playing Miami at 6 our time. Um, we will talk about baseball next week. Spring training. We'll rank the batting caps because Elijah wanted to do that last week or 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago, and we didn't do it because they were leaked and they weren't confirmed. Most of them were correct. Some of them were a little bit different. Oh, there's two of them. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us. We'll probably be doing our bracket soon, probably in the next few weeks.
Hmm.
And then we have spring break coming up. I think Elijah's going home for the week, so it might be just me and Thatcher that week. And then yeah, we'll keep you guys updated on Champions League. It sounds like Mbappe is going to sign with Madrid. We'll see though. I'm probably jinxing it right now, as much as it's dumb to Thatcher, but it's news. And then free agency starts in 2 weeks, which we're excited for. There's a bunch of big names out there like Chase Young and Odell. Matabuki's out there. There's a bunch. But that'll do it for us. Have a good week, guys. Enjoy the rest of your sports. Enjoy basketball, hockey, soccer, all the jazz, all the above. But we'll catch you guys next week. Take it easy. There, guys.